Hello students, in this lecture we are going to study about mutation, genetic disorders like Mendelian disorders and chromosomal disorders and pedigree analysis. First of all, we are starting with mutation. All of you have heard this word mutation, mutate genes and mutagens. Actually it is something abnormality. Okay? Mutation is a phenomenon which results in alternation of DNA sequence and result in changes in the genotype and phenotype of an organism. As you know, in higher organism, DNA is a genetic material, and this genetic material is actually DNA is double helical structure. It possesses two chains. Okay, these two chains, they are arranged anti-parallel. Okay, in our nucleus actually genetic material is present. Within cell nucleus is there. Nucleus possesses this genetic material. Actually chromosomes are there, and is made up of genetic material DNA and some proteins. So some abnormalities result in sequence of DNA or its composition leads to abnormal features, that is mutation. Due to these changes actually the result is what? Genotype may be altered or phenotype is also observed which is not normal one. So this type of condition, all of a sudden changes occur, is known as mutation. Now all of you are aware of recombination process. Okay. In previous topic we have discussed in detail about recombination. Due to recombination also some variations occur in living organism. Over and above this recombination, actually due to mutation also some variations occur in DNA. So as well as it results or observable in generations also. So this variation actually they are due to recombination or sometime due to mutation also. In double helical structure of DNA chain, this DNA helix run continuously from one end to the other end each chromatid in highly supercoiled form. This structure is very well known of DNA, that is double helical typical structure of DNA in higher organisms. Due to this structure actually loss or deletion or gain, it means insertion or duplication or any type of addition of a segment of DNA, it result in alternation in chromosomes. So we can understand that it may be occur chromosome in gene also. Okay, sometime some part is lost, sometime it is also added or gained. So two possibilities are there in the structure of DNA, either maybe deletion or loss, or second possibility that is gain or addition or duplication. But this all are abnormal condition, it is not normal one. Due to this typical structure of DNA is not maintained, and as a result what happened? It is alternation in chromosome, and exactly this phenomenon, this abnormality, abnormal feature is known as mutation. As we know, the genes they are located on chromosome. Actually specific length of DNA in chromosome is known as a gene. This specific length of DNA, it means gene having allele structure, dominant and recessive, and due to any mutation condition, if alternation occur in this structure, it may result in some abnormality or aberration, and it is actually one type of mutation. One simplest example of this type of mutation which is observed in cancer cell. All of you are aware of this disease. In cancer what happen exactly? That is uncontrolled cell division. Due to this uncontrolled cell division, it may be result in tumor or cyst-like structure. So commonly this type of chromosomal aberration is observed in cancer cells also, which is very well known example of this type of abnormality. If we talk additionally over and above this condition, mutation also arise due to change in single base pair of DNA. As you know, in the structure of DNA, nitrogenous base and their base pairs are there, like A, G, C, T. Maybe some abnormality in this structure also, some changes occur, and when this type of mutation take place, it is known as point mutation. So, point mutation means this mutation actually due to change in a single base pair of DNA, that is known as point mutation. If we talk about example of same thing, that is sickle cell anemia. This disease actually we are going to study in detail in same chapter. Here in sickle cell anemia, actually RBC, which are biconcave in shape, it becomes sickle shape due to some abnormalities, and this leads to genetic disorder, abnormal condition. So sickle cell anemia is example of point mutation. Second, frame shift mutation, deletion and insertion of base pairs of DNA, it leads to frame shift mutation. So we can differ between these two, point mutation and frame shift mutation. In first type, it was due to change in single base pair of DNA, and if we compare with frame shift mutation, so we can say frame shift mutation is deletion and insertion of base pair of DNA. So that is major difference between point mutation and frame shift mutation. The mechanism of mutation, actually it is beyond the scope of this discussion at this level. Why it is so? Because over and above this all causes, this all reasons, some many factors are there which are also involved in mechanism of mutation. Which are these factors actually? They may be chemical or physical factors which can induce or stimulate the mechanism of mutation in living organisms. These all factors which can create mutation condition, they are known as mutagens. So any chemical or any physical factor which leads to mutation process, they all are commonly considered as the term mutagens. One example of this, UV radiations. As you know, ultraviolet radiation is harmful to living organisms. Suppose due to any reason this UV radiation can cause mutation in any living organism. At that time this UV radiation is what? It's a one kind of mutagen. Why mutagen? Because it leads to mutation process, and that's why UV radiation is a one type of mutagen. So this way, not only limited factors we have discussed here or reasons are responsible, some chemicals, their heat traps, some rays, they are also responsible for this. This all condition are actually leads toward mutation, and these factors are known as mutagens. Okay. Frequently radiation, suppose we are exposed to X-ray, it is also harmful for our body. So at that time we can also consider that it can leads towards mutation process, and they are also known as mutagens. So this way, so many factors are there which can lead to mutation process, and these all are known as mutagens. Genetic disorders, as the name suggests, they are related with our genes or chromosomes, and these all are considered as a genetic disorders. In this genetic disorder, some are Mendelian disorders, mainly they are actually due to single gene type of mutation, and some are chromosomal disorders. In chromosomal disorders, okay, due to some changes in chromosome, their number or some other abnormality, they leads to chromosomal disorders. So they may be Mendelian disorder or chromosomal type of disorders. Okay. These disorders actually they are one type of heredity, inheritance. It means they may be carried forward from their parents to offspring. This kind of disorders are this way, they are carried to next generation also. So you can understand now how dangerous they are. Okay. Before starting genetic disorder, to understand pedigree analysis is must. All of you have heard the term family tree, family chart. What is it actually? Actually, study of family history about inheritance of a particular trait provides an alternative to study this kind of disorders. Such an analysis of traits in several generations of family is called family analysis. Suppose I want to study a genetic disorder, okay, regarding this family tree or family chart. So I have to study about the generation also, previous generation, like parents 1, offspring 1, parents 2, offspring 2. Okay. So this type of study is known as pedigree analysis, and this particular trait, suppose we are going to study about particular disorders, disease, abnormality, and at that time we are making a chart to study, that is known as family tree, and we can make it up to some generations which are in our knowledge. So it is based on previous knowledge. How can we draw this family tree? When we are having this type of knowledge about their parents and offspring, at that time we can create this family tree. How it is important? Very useful to study actually. By drawing this type of family tree, preparing this type of chart, okay, it's a one type of tool, strong tool to study or to trace this kind of inheritance of a specific character, of a specific trait, or any type of disease or abnormalities observed in generations of a family. So we can say that this type of pedigree analysis, okay, which represented by a family chart, it is very useful to study such a type of characters or abnormality, to study over generation, and we can come to know about this type of abnormality in future also. Now during pedigree analysis, actually during preparing of this type of chart, some symbols are used for human pedigree analysis. In this figure you can see some symbols. Okay. First symbol is square box, blue color. It is what? That is normal male. Second symbol is round symbol, blue color. It is normal female. And third symbol is used for sex, where it is unspecified. So these three symbols, first three symbols, first for male, second for female, and third for unspecified sex. In next row you can see again this three symbol repeated. But what is change in first and second symbols? Here in this row actually their color is changed. They are pink in color. In above it was blue in color. Okay. This pink color actually suggests this type of organism having some type of abnormalities, disorders, and they are actually known as affected individual for specific trait. Okay. So these three symbols are used for affected individual. In second row more symbols are there. Here actually this horizontal line between square box and round, it shows mating between male and female. The same thing, but it is denoted by double horizontal line. Okay. It also specifies the mating between male and female, but what is different here? It is mating between relatives. Okay. In above row, it was not mating between relatives, it was simply mating. Here it is denoted by two double horizontal line. It means that it is mating between relatives. Okay. The next thing, that is, it suggests parents as well as offspring or their children. Okay. First two box, that is square and round. Now use, as you know very well, it is mating, one kind of mating. And the next symbols, they are used for their offspring, first generation or children, and we talk specifically in order of their birth, left to right. Okay. Next symbol, it represent parents with male child affected with disease. How can we come to know about this? See, first of all, mating, that is in between normal male and female. So we can say they are normal in characteristics or trait, which are actually going to study. But their offspring is, that is square box, pink in color. It means that what? The son or male child, here it is not normal like their parents, but he is affected here. So by studying this type of symbol, actually three kind of basic symbols are there. Okay. Now change in color, it shows either it is normal or affected. Their mating we can come to know, and by using this type of knowledge we can make a family tree or family chart, and that is exactly pedigree analysis useful for human being. These symbols are generally used everywhere when the study of any type of particular trait, disease or abnormality, when specifically it is suggested by a chart or family. So such a type of symbols are used with this type of color box. So it is very useful for our study. Now we are starting with some Mendelian disorders. Now you are aware of mutation. What is it? Alternation of DNA or chromosome or abnormal gene. Okay. This all condition leads to abnormal genotype or phenotype, and it is known as mutation. So here actually it is alternation or mutation in the single gene take place, maybe either recessive or dominant also. These disorders, as you know, now transmitted from their parents to offspring of same line. So we can say from parents, okay, it is inherited to offspring, as well as from their offspring again in their F2 generation it may be carried forward. So chances are there over 2 generation of transmission of this type of disorders. Okay. How can we come to know about these disorders? So as you know very well, by pedigree analysis we can study this such a type of family, their pattern of this type of disorder, and by analysis of this type of chart we can come to know about disease in generations. So many kind of diseases are like this. Some of these are we are going to study in detail also. Okay. First is color blindness. In color blindness disorder, actually the individual is not capable to differentiate between red and green color. Second is hemophilia. Actually it leads to delayed blood clotting. So due to any minor injury also, the person is having non-stop bleeding, and it is lethal to it also. Third is cystic fibrosis. It is also one kind of this type of Mendelian disorder. Fourth is sickle cell anemia, as we have discussed earlier, as well as we are going to study about in detail also in same chapter. Okay, here RBC become sickle cell and it leads to condition anemia. Fifth, phenylketonuria. This disorder is related with metabolic activities. Something is wrong during this process mechanism which lead to this disorder, that is phenylketonuria, that also we are going to study in detail. And sixth one is thalassemia. Thalassemia is also such a kind of Mendelian disorder, and over and above these disorders These are we are going to study in detail, but some other diseases are also there which are known as Mendelian disorders. Some features of this type of disorder, which are Mendelian disorders. Okay, as we know, it's a one type of mutation of single gene. It may be dominant or recessive. So both type of possibilities are here. In gene, two types of alleles are there, either dominant or recessive. So it may be due to dominant or recessive type of allele. By pedigree analysis, we can easily understand a trait, the question of either it is related with dominant allele or recessive one. So at that time also the pedigree or family chart is useful to understand this type of effect. Sometimes it may be also linked to the sex chromosome, like hemophilia. Okay, in this actually X, it is located on X sex chromosome, such a type of gene which is not normal condition. Okay, so we can also say it is related with sex chromosome. Okay, and by studying by scientists actually, it is proven that this X-linked recessive trait shows transmission from carrier female to male progeny. Here three terms are actually important: normal, carrier and diseased. The normal person regarding this disorder means it is not having or suffering or affected from this disorder. Carrier means it is having such a type of gene, but it is suppressed at that time and it can't express as a disease condition, but such a type of person can carry this disorder to next generation. That's why it's a carrier. And diseased. Disease means is exactly suffering from these abnormalities. So either normal or carrier or diseased regarding particular trait. Our represented pedigree actually in figure 5.4, next figure, it suggests may be dominant and recessive trait. In this figure, pedigree analysis is that A is regarding autosomal dominant trait, and one of this example is disorder myotonic dystrophy, and second one B, that is autosomal recessive trait, and here example of disease or disorder, that is sickle cell anemia. In first chart you can see here, as the name suggests, both disorders are related with autosomes, but first is related with dominant, that's why dominant trait, and second one is related with recessive, that's why it is known as recessive trait. Now let's study first chart, that is A chart, autosomal dominant trait. Now all of you are aware of these symbols which are frequently used at the time of preparing pedigree analysis. What does suggest here in P1, parents 1? Now you can guess, assume, okay, that is pink circle and blue square box. Pink circle, now we can understand that is affected female or mother, and blue square, it is about normal male or father. When such a type of mating, marriage take place at the time of this type of, four possibility is shown here in the generation, F1 generation. Okay, first circle, that is normal daughter, second that is affected son, third is normal son, and fourth is affected daughter. Okay, so four possibilities are shown in this chart. By using the symbol we can understand easily what does it suggest. Now in F1 generation, again two type of mating is shown here. In first mating, normal male in between female which is also normal. Here mating between normal male and female, it leads to progeny F1 generation. Three possibilities. Daughter, actually you can understand now, normal daughter is there, and son is actually this also normal one. In second possibility, where affected female and mating of normal male take place. Which are the possibility in F1 generation, the next generation? Actually three possibilities are shown here. Son, so it is normal son is there, and daughter, it is affected here. Okay, so by drawing this type of pedigree analysis family chart tree, okay, we can understand such a type of trait. Now we can very easily understand, because you have already now knowledge of first chart we have discussed here. The second chart which shows autosomal recessive trait, that is sickle cell anemia. Here you can see both parents P1, they are normal one. Okay, their mating results into F1 generation, their progeny. Here possibilities are shown. First normal son, second affected son, third normal daughter, fourth affected daughter, and again normal son. Of this F1 generation, one mating is given here, that is normal female with normal male. It results in next generation. Surprisingly, both parents are normal, but their offspring, one of the son is affected here, and daughter, she is normal. Can you guess it? How it is possible? Both parents are normal regarding same trait, same type of feature, but still their generations show this type of abnormality. Okay, because due to inheritance of this type of genes from generation to generation. Suppose parents are not having such a type of feature, or they are having carrier genes also. Okay, so they are themselves are not affected, but they can carry it to their next generation. At that time, such a type of possibilities are there. Okay, so we can understand how normal, carrier or affected phenomenon is useful here regarding pedigree analysis. First Mendelian disorder, that is color blindness. Okay, this disorder actually related with sex-linked, because the genes responsible for this, it is recessive one and located on sex chromosome, that is X sex chromosome. Okay, here which type of defect take place? Actually in red or green cone of eye. Okay, it results in failure to discriminate between red green color. So this type of abnormality leads to the failure of differentiated between red and green color in particular individual. Can you assume that where this condition create major problem? At traffic signal, as you know, red and green lights are there. So at that time, in this condition actually, such a type of person can't differentiate between red and green color. So how dangerous it is, you know it very well, because you know traffic rules and regulation well. Okay, so these colors for signals, they are useful: red for stop and green for go. So this type of abnormal feature, abnormality, the person can't distinguish between red and green color. So it is very dangerous at that time. Due to mutation in certain genes, but exactly present where? It is on X sex chromosome, and these genes, recessive genes, they are responsible for color blindness in particular individual. Now how many percentage chance in male and female if we talk? So generally in male the chances 8%, round about 8%, and if we compare with female, only 0.4% chances in female. So we can say it is rare or rarest type of rare in female, okay, comparatively male. Why it is so? Because the genes that lead to red blue color blindness, we know they are located in X sex chromosome. Okay. So person regarding this may be normal, carrier or affected. Now female is having pair of X sex chromosome and male is having only one X sex chromosome. So when of this X sex chromosome, suppose in male this gene is located on X chromosome, so in their offspring as well as itself, it is responsible to lead this type of effect or carrier condition. But in female, two X chromosomes are there. Okay, suppose one is normal regarding this and one other is regarding this type of abnormal condition. At that time, normal can suppress this type of carrier gene and it leads to this type of condition, and in male only one X sex chromosome is there, so it can easily immediate express itself, but due to presence of both sex chromosome like XX pair in female, the chances are very less. Suppose we talk about some cases, case study, example of this disorder. If a son of a woman who carries the gene has a 50% chance of being color blind. Now you know very well why it is about this. The mother is not herself color blind. Why? Because the gene is recessive one. It is having two or paired X chromosome. That's why. That means that what we can say, its effect is suppressed by her matching dominant normal gene. Here normal gene is dominant, disease gene is recessive. If both are present in female, the effect is not expressed because under the effect of dominant, recessive can't express itself. So it is very rare in female. Okay. If you talk about possibility in daughter will not normally be colorblind unless her mother is a carrier and her father is colorblind. So in this condition where mother is having such a type of carrier condition and father himself is affected by colorblind or color blindness, at that time only and only a daughter may be this condition. So generally daughter or female, they are normal regarding this trait or disease. It is rarest rare in female or daughter child. Okay, and this condition is known as color blindness. The chances in male is generally 8% and female, the possibility of this disorder is normally 0.4%. Now let's study one chart which suggests one condition of color blindness. Here the parents, they are having the situation, the male is affected. See what is genotype of this male? X carrying this type of recessive gene small c, which is responsible for color blindness, and Y is normal. That's why in X only one X is present in male, so it can immediately express itself, and that's why this male is affected or color blind. In female also you can see this small c is present on XX chromosome, but why she is not affected? Because beside this type of condition, she is also having one normal XX chromosome, and that's why she is carrier only. She can carry disorder to next generation, but she is herself is not color blind here. Okay, so parents, father is affected here regarding color blindness, and mother, she is carrier only. Now what are the chances in their next generation or progeny? Here 5 type of condition or possibilities you can see. First possibility, that is daughter child. She is affected here, she is color blind here, because from father, mother, she is gaining one X chromosome having small c, another also having small c. At that time it can express itself and she is diseased or color blind. Okay. Second possibility, such a type of mating which results in X small c and X normal. Now both X are there, but one is having small c, another is normal. So this daughter or female, she is carrier only. Third possibility regarding son, the son is getting X capital small c and Y. So obviously he is affected here because having only one X sex chromosome. Fourth possibility, daughter which is carrier. Why carrier? One X is normal here and another X is having recessive gene for color blindness. Fifth possibility or chance, the son who is normal here. Why he is normal? Because X does not possess gene responsible for color blind and Y is already normal here. So by studying this type of chart, one parent, the father is affected, the mother is carrier, and what are possibility or chances of this trait in this generation, it's given here as a 5 type of possibility. You can also build this out type of chart by taking different characters regarding this trait in their parents, okay, and try to make such a type of chart and to study these characteristics, its inheritance or trait in next generation also. Second Mendelian disorder, that is hemophilia. Again it is similar to color blindness regarding its sex-linked recessive type of nature. It is transmitted from unaffected carrier female to some of their progeny, actually which is male, and it is studied widely up to this. A single protein that is a part of a cascade of proteins involved in the clotting of blood is affected. Actually due to this type of abnormality, blood clotting is delayed. So due to small injury, even due to minor injury, okay, non-stop bleeding take place and it is very harmful for person. Due to this affected individual, a simple cut will result in non-stop bleeding, that you know, because of delayed blood clotting. So you can imagine now, when any major injury or at the time of any surgery or at the time of any accident, which type of condition can be created to such a type of individual and person. So it is very harmful at that time. The heterozygous female, now it is carrier. Now you know very well about color blindness. Similar type of situation is there, which is carrier for hemophilia, may transmit the disorder to sons. So generation to generation it is observed here. Now which are possibilities regarding hemophilia disorder? The possibility of a female becoming a hemophilic is extremely rare. Why it is rare? Because mother of such a female has to be a carrier at least and father disease like red green color blindness. Okay, so we can compare such a type of mechanism with red green color blindness because this type of genes are located in X sex chromosome. That's why such a type of situation which we have discussed in the disorder red-green color blindness in detail, it leads to such a type of condition, that is hemophilia. Here only difference is what? The genes are different, and the disorders, that is hemophilic condition, it leads as a result of such a type of situation. Okay. The family pedigree of Queen Victoria, you have heard this name, that is Queen Victoria from England. It shows what? A number of hemophilic descendants, as she was carrier of the disease. One word is important here, carrier. She was not affected, or she was not hemophilic, but she was carrier only. But still, in her generations, it was observed so many progeny suffering from this type of disorders. And the reason, it is very clear to you know about this, why it is so. In male only one XX chromosome is there, so if recessive gene is present on this XX chromosome in male, it can express itself and the male is affected. If same type of gene is present in female, so she is having both XX chromosome, at that time it is suppressed and she is being only carrier. Okay, so that's why in female chances are very rare and male chances are more. So daughter may be affected very less or rare, but son may be affected more. Chart of hemophilia. Here some symbols are important regarding genotype. In first box XX, that is normal female. In second box X having recessive gene H, which is actually responsible for hemophilia, that's why symbol is H, hemophilic, small h. And male is affected here. Why he is affected here, you know very well now. Okay. Then other possibility, carrier female, that is in second row first box, 1X is having recessive gene, that's why she is female is carrier here. And in next box, that is again same chance is given. Now more information is given regarding their mating. Here the female possesses one small h, means carrier female, and mating with this normal male is having XY genotype. Okay, it maybe results in hemophilic male, because during this mating the chances of this type of X chromosome mating with this hemophilic, actually that is female, take place. In second condition, this first condition XHX, that is hemophilic carrier female actually only, but in second condition, that is XHX and XY maybe leads to carrier or normal female. Two chances are there. So some symbols of this chart are useful to study this type of disorder, which is known as hemophilia. Small h means the gene responsible for hemophilia. Okay, if no gene is present, it means that normal condition. The female having on one sex chromosome small h, she is carrier. Okay, on both X chromosomes, suppose small h is present, she is affected. In male, one XX chromosome H is present, means he is affected, and X chromosome having not a such type of gene, that is XY condition, it suggests normal male. So now you can also yourself build this type of chart, can take different type of genotype in male, female, in parents, okay, and possible crosses in between them, and study the chances of or disorder this in their next generation also by studying such a type of condition. So this way this charts pedigree analysis is again very useful to study such a type of disorder.